Hey guys, it's Jynnette with Anderson Alchemy, here to give you your tarot forecast for the month of December 2017. It's the end of the year. What an incredible year it's been. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey, and I look forward to many more months and years ahead. If you would like to book a tarot or astrology reading with me, be sure to go to my website, andersonalchemy.com. I'm also doing the 2018 forecast, so you can do either tarot or astrology, or you can actually do both. I have package deals on the site where you can get a discounted price when you order 2 or more services. So definitely be sure to check that out and see what's going to work best for you. Now this month the reading is going to be a little different as directed by Spirit, because there's a lot of cosmic energy coming through, a lot of the spiritual downloads. I myself have been going through a lot of spiritual initiations personally, so there's a lot of information, a different way of relaying information that Spirit is directing or asking me to share with you. So without further ado, let's get into your cards, okay? So the overall energy for everyone, I actually pulled from my Oracle deck, the Brawl-to-Lay deck, and the overall energy for everyone, all signs I should say, is the Home card. And this does to me relate to the Cosmic Mother, or the Divine Mother, the Great Mother. And in particular, in terms of astrology or astronomy, we do have Saturn conjunct the Galactic Center, which is a black hole at the center of our galaxy. Excuse me. So that really is the great black, or the great womb, which births this entire system, as well as destroys it and transmutes it. Because it's a black hole. So a lot of this Divine Mother or Dark Mother energy is definitely prevalent. Also, with Saturn going to be in Capricorn at the end of the month, in addition to the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, a lot of this Divine Mother or Mother God energy is really, really prevalent. So that's really where the messages are being sent from this month. So that makes sense why things have to be a little different this time, a little bit more spiritual guidance for the evolution of your soul consciousness. Now, the overall energy for you in particular, Aquarius, is the Near card, but this is also a message from Mercury, the spirit of Mercury. And if you've been wondering about if things are going to turn around, like what the future's going to hold, that really is showing me that it's what you're looking for, what you're seeking for is or what you're seeking is seeking you. Things really are just around the corner. So I know that we can get impatient, especially air signs. I'm a rising air, so I understand not wanting to be in the cycles of things, because you're used to being able to instantly manifest or create on the go. But this is a confirmation that things are coming close. They are close, the things that you desire, that you want. I would say, especially since this message is specifically coming from Mercury, that you'll probably start to see the shifts and the changes or evidence of what you're looking for once Mercury clears shadow, which will be in January, okay? Because Mercury does go it does go retrograde this month, but doesn't finish out the shadow period until the early part of January. So you'll probably start seeing changes happen end of January into February, which would make sense because that's when the eclipses are, and eclipses right now are in this Leo Aquarius axis, and that is affecting you directly. So yeah, changes are close, so just hang in there, stay focused, and you'll be good. Now up here I have 2 cards pulled from the Rider-Waite deck, and these are messages for the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine energy. So this can be in terms of your gender identification. If you do one or the other or both, whatever, it just depends on what that is for you. But I would say, if you are a light worker, if you identify as a light worker, or you are awakening or going through an ascension process, then you need to actually pay attention to both messages, because the Divine Feminine energy really represents the soul. The Divine Masculine represents the consciousness, okay? And we all have both. And then the feminine energy also is the yin energy, so it's the receptive, it's the going in energy. The masculine is the yang energy, or the going out, okay? So with that said, the masculine has the death card, which is the major arcana. feminine has the 8 of Pentacles, okay? So with the Death card, masculine, this is definitely speaking to a lot of transformation, and this is a slow transformation, and it is speaking to really clearly with this this near card here, of that your identity and sense of self is undergoing a massive transformation. You also probably having a lot of shifts in all aspects of life, because Death card doesn't really leave anything untouched. So spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically are undergoing changes right now. It is for the best for you, because death is always a release of that which is kind of dragging you down, no longer serving, it's just kind of dead weight. But it's also a transformative energy. So if you've already experienced some kind of clearing, then this may be that process of transformation and reforming you into an aspect that is going to be more in alignment with your true divine nature. Now, feminine, you have the 8 of discs. And I've been seeing an interesting trend with some of the signs that I've been doing so far of, it's either been one or two things. It's like the masculine will have feminine energy show up, and the feminine energy will have masculine show up in the cards, or the feminine will be having, like earth energy show up in it, and the masculine will have something more air related or spirit related. So that's the case this time, because you have this earth energy. 8 of Pentacles specifically speaks to working hard, staying committed to the goal at hand, taking the steps you need to take to manifest, and it is related to practical matters. So make sure that you are being methodical, make sure that you are being effective in how you use your time, especially this time of year, because there's a lot of probably holiday parties and socializing that you might want to do. So you have to make sure not to stretch yourself thin and not to get off track from the goals that you have for yourself. So set up patterns, set up rituals, set up practices day to day to keep you on track with your goals. The fact that you're coming up as an 8 means that you're really close to having the 10 of disc experience. That is the 10 of disc or pentacles or earth, whichever word you want to use, speaks to the ultimate fulfillment in your physical life. So that means that money's right, health is right, relationships are right, everything is going right, whatever that means for you. So you're only 2 pentacles away from that. So you're really close to the finish line. And again, that is harping on this energy around near that comes through in this card. Okay, so stay focused. Like I said, you could start seeing manifestations or a shift in the energy as soon as that January, February time frame. If not, by summer of next year, as the nodes start to shift into the Capricorn and Cancer energy. But stay focused, okay? Now, I pulled the blind spot spread from the Thoth deck. And so in terms of how you are showing up in this month, you have the 7 of Wands. So I really like that energy, because it is speaking to me of pushing through from the previous successes that you have, not resting in your laurels, and making sure you get to the 8 of Wands, which is massive expansion, okay? So again, it's related to the message from the divine feminine energy, or the soul, really, of making sure to continue to use this time to push forward, to keep moving forward, because there is success and victory that is close at hand. Now, in terms of how you're choosing in your personal will how to move through the month, or your direction or objective, you actually have the Moon card, which is the major arcana. This speaks to soul healing. This speaks to dreams, desires, possibly looking at your shadow, seeing where those self-sabotaging thoughts and behaviors are showing up, and facing them head on and pushing through. Not letting them keep you stuck in old patterns, but instead to catapult forward in a way that is very vibrant. So, best of luck with that. I know that you do well with that energy, and I think, especially with the sun being in Sagittarius for the bulk of the month, that's going to give you a lot of the energy and mental and spiritual and emotional wherewithal to motivate yourself forward. Now, in terms of where spirit is taking you, what you don't have control over, and this is more like the divine will over your life, you have the 2 of Cups. There's a lot of ways that this can be interpreted. So this can be you feeling like you are really now in a good relationship with life, that there is a nice co-creation between your interaction with life itself and how you move, how it moves, and that balance between the two. This can also speak to a balance within yourself, between your mind and your heart, your spirit and your soul. You know, that you get to a place where there's no longer an internal battle. This can also speak to relationships. So whether this is a, you know, important business partnership, important friendship, or even romantic relationship that comes up, this does speak to important players in your life that show up, that give you a sense of emotional fulfillment and empowerment and spiritual power. So that's amazing. Now, in terms of what's supporting you from behind the scenes that you may not be aware of, kind of like unconsciously or in a subconscious realm, you have the Two of Discs, or Two of Pentacles, which is more just Capricorn energy, which I like. So that does speak to change that is on hand for you. And yeah, that is speaking to, again, that what you seek is seeking you, that it is close. It is just around the corner, but it is a stable one. You may feel at the time for this month that things are a little shaky in terms of finances, but regardless, there is a lot of balance. So I think you'll be able to navigate it fine. But this is really, this is almost feeling like the Wheel of Fortune, just like a turning and a shifting onto a new path. That is the energy that's prevalent here. And it is something that is blessed, because this is Jupiter in Capricorn, and Jupiter is a beneficial energy or a blessing energy. So there is going to be progress in the material aspects of life. Again, whether health, money, relationships, where you live, sense of fulfillment, all that kind of stuff, home life, whatever it is, there is a shift for the positive. So that's your reading for the month, Aquarius. Really beautiful. Let me get the camera up so you can see my face. All right, so thank you so much for listening. Like I said, if you want to get your own personal reading, you can book on my website, AndersonAlchemy.com. I am currently taking bookings for the 2018 forecast. So you can do a tarot forecast, astrology forecast, or a combination of both. If you do a combination of both, you can get them at a discounted rate. You can see those prices on the packages page on my website, okay? If you're not already, follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I do post pretty regularly for guidance for the week, for astrology, all that kind of stuff, for light workers especially. So definitely be sure to check that out. Have an amazing month. I look forward to seeing you in 2018. I love you much, and stay blessed. Bye.